everyone. It's me again. Surprise. Okay, so third time is a charm. We are attempting this Instagram Live one more time. This is 7 Minutes in Heaven. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday weekend. Our guest today is the one and only Lena Moon. Very, very excited to talk to her. And let's see if she's here. I see her. Okay.
Hi.
Is that better?
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
So you're actually
I'm from New York City, yeah.
that's so rare. Like there's maybe
I know. I'm from like the city too, like Manhattan.
it's true. We'll say they're actually from Jersey.
Yeah, like Westchester or some shit.
Yeah.
Rochester.
Yeah, it's true. Don't consider from the city. So this different in person. So about you, it's what I've heard from.
Sorry, one more time.
I was saying you. So I know about you from other people.
Oh, well, about me, I started porn like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm from New York City, as you said. I was born in California. I do like a whole bunch of art. I skateboard. I like old school shit. I don't know. I like to drink beer, like pretty standard stuff, you know.
You sound like a very
Thanks. It's always like I'm hearing you.
You can't hear me.
No, I think it's like there's like a audio thing going on here.
I wonder why
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, because I can't. You're cutting in and out.
Dude.
I'm like lip reading.
I don't know what to do. This has never happened. I know.
Hi, everybody. I'm just gonna drink, I guess.
What are you drinking?
Garbage White Claw.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm talking a lot of shit on it, but
Can you hear me better?
now.
No. It's not even connected. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You can.
I can.
Awesome.
Cool.
Let's go with this.
It works.
Okay, so I'm on the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
What is one habit for you?
Are you cutting in and out again?
Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Is it better?
Bit better, yeah.
For some reason, I can hear myself now, but that's okay.
Should I put headphones on maybe? I can go grab some.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that'll work. Let me grab headphones. I'll be right back.
Okay. I wish I could just have another pair here. I wish I could just hand them to her.
Okay. I'm back. I brought headphones. Okay, 1 second. Got my dongle. Okay. Okay, let's see. It's kind of a pain, but let me try this really quick.
Ooh, it's like ASMR.
Oopsie. We'll get there, we'll get there. All right, here's the headphones. Okay,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh my God, I can hear you so perfectly right now.
Perfect.
Oh,
Problem
we
solved.
did it! We did it! How many
Teamwork.
superstars does it take to, I don't know, get the audio to work on a cell phone? I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay, so, wow, all these people stuck around. Thank you so much. Maybe it's more
Yes.
entertaining to like watch us fuck up or something. Um, so, Lena, I'm going to start with the first question. What is
Okay.
one positive thing that's happened for you since quarantine?
Um, the biggest thing was that my movie that I just put out for Evil Angel, like, it took me fucking forever to edit it. And I honestly, without the lockdown, I could not have, like, I would not have had the time to do it. Like, I was literally slaving away at that thing, like, the entire time,
Are you
all
like,
day.
are you doing everything for your movies? Like, are you the director, the star, the editor,
Yeah,
the
well,
wardrobe?
I do everything, literally, yeah. I'm usually like a speaking role in each scene at least, and then I do one scene where I perform.
Uh-huh.
And but I edit it, I color it, I do the graphic design, like I hold the camera, everything. I
I
literally like I wrote the blurb on the back of the DVD cover and all that shit.
I feel like Evil Angel directors are notorious for like being kind of like a do-it-all kind of person.
Yeah, well,
Is
it's
that
like,
a requirement?
it's not a requirement. It's like one of the two options they gave you. Basically, like, oh, basically they like give you the option to either like, fund your own movie and then you own it, or
Right,
they'll fund it for you and like you keep, whatever at the end of the budget.
right.
And like I wanted to own it, and like because of that, like it's my baby, so like I really don't let anybody like
Yeah.
touch it, do anything with it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like such a control freak over every like little element of it, you know?
Are you like a very type A kind of person?
Kinda. When it comes to my like art and shit, like hold on a second. I'm like totally doing this ghetto right now. Um, when it comes to my art, like I'm completely like I've tried to like divvy out tasks and shit to the
Yeah.
people, and it just like it never they don't ever give a shit enough basically.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, I have to do everything. I
It's
did like the
that's
Foley sound and like the sub dubbing and like everything.
it's so true. Like it is true that like it's a different thing when you're working on your own thing and then when you're working for someone else. Like you
Yeah,
don't like
totally.
give way more of a shit personally when it's my own thing.
I
So that
know,
makes sense.
exactly.
Yeah.
They have 10 other things they got to do, later on, so it's like, why the hell do they care?
Right.
So I do everything myself. I did the trailers. I did the stupid redneck voiceover for my trailer for my last movie. Like, I did everything, you know.
So in that sense, quarantine has been great for your
It
work.
was kind of a blessing. Not that I'm like, fucking rah rah
Yeah, yeah,
COVID,
yeah.
but it did like give me a lot of time to like do my movie and like
Yeah,
really give
no,
it the
that's actually
attention it needed,
like
you know?
one good thing that's happened for you. So,
Yeah.
next, what is your ultimate romantic fantasy? Like, what's your idea of romance?
Oh boy. I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Like, it doesn't have to be
Um,
sexual or anything. Just
yeah.
like,
Can it involve like cats?
yeah, sure.
I think I would like to
Yeah.
like live in the mountains with like a fucking like lumberjack looking dude with like a ton of cats and like maybe some raccoons. I don't
And like,
know.
what are you doing out there? Like, is it a farm situation
I
or?
really actually really want to like actually in my real life want to start like an animal rescue. So that'd be kind of cute. In my romantic fantasy too.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's that's really wholesome.
I know, right? I'm like shooting barnyard TS porn and like, it's all in the name of saving the fucking animals, you know?
I've noticed a lot of people in
Oops.
porn are really into animal rescue. Like, do you find that to be
Really?
true? Yeah.
Well, I actually like used to work in an animal hospital, like a long time ago before porn,
In New York?
and in New York, yeah,
Which one? The
and
Tribeca one?
it was actually upstate in
Okay.
Latham, New York, and I really like, found that like really rewarding. And then I don't know if you know Kelly, who used to own Penthouse, she like lives up
Yeah.
in, she's got the little rescue there, and I came over and she was like nursing like a baby squirrel, and I was like, this is like the coolest thing ever. Like I want to do this, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think one of the last times I ever shot, because Kelly shoots owns like a ranch. Is it a ranch?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's at ranch,
and like
exactly.
they shoot a lot of like photos and video out there. And the last time I
Yeah.
shot out there, I think like an animal that she had just rescued had given birth to like a bunch
Oh my
of,
goodness.
yeah, little babies. It was so
That's so
cute.
cute. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I think that part would be like really, really, really cool.
I know. I want
Um,
to do it. I'm,
yeah.
just selling my fucking butthole in the name of love for animals, I guess.
That's like, like Stormy Daniels has a joke that she always says, because she's obsessed with horses and she's like a crazy
Oh,
horse
I like
girl.
horses too. Yeah.
And she owns a few horses and horses are like very expensive to maintain. And she always says, I suck dick to feed my horses.
Yeah, it's true though. It's true. It's so
Um,
true.
what has been your most useful purchase under $40? So maybe it's something you use every day or
I'm ashamed to say it, but all the beer I've been buying has been quite good for me lately.
is
Um,
beer your beverage of choice?
it is. I love beer.
What
It's
kind? Like what?
I like cheap, shitty beer. I like a Modelo and like Miller and like, I don't like craft beer. I don't like art beer. You know what I mean? I like,
You sound like a perfect girlfriend. Like
yeah, maybe, maybe to some people.
maybe. But the cats thing tells me you must have a little crazy in you.
Oh, I'm a fucking lunatic. Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
But probably in a good way, like in a cool way.
It's a
Um
fun-loving kind of crazy. Sure. Yeah.
what piece of current media that could be a book, a TV show, an internet show, a movie or a podcast, would you recommend to people?
I've been playing Nintendo 64 a lot lately, and that's been really fun
Very
for
current.
me. Yeah.
Are you playing on like the original console or did you get the
I'm
like
playing on the
latest?
original console on a
Whoa.
piece of garbage CRT TV. I'm doing the real authentic, you know, thing.
It might, yeah, I don't know if it might feel weird playing Nintendo 64 on like a full-on plasma
I
LED.
know, no,
Yeah.
I have like a 300-pound like fucking cube in my living room.
Like with the bubble for a screen.
Yeah, it's like round and square.
I just bought, or like a couple years ago, we bought like this. I don't know what it is. It comes from China, obviously, but it's like this imitation Nintendo 64.
Oh, it's like a little
And
emulator
it,
thing in the bobber.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
comes like loaded with all the games. So we went through like a
Oh,
major,
it's so
major
cool.
Mario phase. But
Yeah, I did that a couple months ago. I was playing all sorts of Mario games.
yeah, what's your go-to game now?
Right now I'm playing I was playing GoldenEye for a long time, and then I just started playing A Perfect Dark for the first time ever, and I really like it.
Are you like big into video games?
I'm really not. I like old school video games.
Yeah.
I've been kind of like, a couple of my friends moved out of town, and COVID this, COVID that. I've kind of like taken to like being a fucking couch potato and
Yeah.
just like getting into random old stuff, and so I'm just kind of like, dabbling in like old games and stuff.
What is the perfect amount of time to have sex?
For me, I like good 6 to 8 hours, but not straight through. Don't get me wrong, it's not like it's a marathon. I like to fuck for 20 minutes, hang out, party a little bit, fuck again for a little bit, stop, start, for like a long, extended period of time.
Yes. But that like you have to be partying.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm no denial there. Like,
Like
I mean, yeah,
that's like the American spirit of sex.
you gotta do it. I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, you don't want to see what's in the refrigerator. It's fucking kind of cool, kind of horrifying.
Yeah, for sure. I think definitely like if someone is having sex for 6 hours, they're having fun.
Yeah, also it helps to like really like the person,
Yeah,
I don't want to be
for
like
sure.
appalled by that person for 6 to 8 hours,
No.
you know? I mean, I have great sex too, that's like a half an hour, don't get me wrong, but if you had to ask me ideally, like, it'd be like a all night kind of affair, you know?
Oh, I can't like so I had a kid like almost 2 years ago, and like
Yeah, that's so
you
cool.
just you just made me realize like I wonder when the next time I'll have sex like 10 times in a day is. Like
You never know. It
that's
happens.
yeah, but like right now it seems so far from reality.
I
Like
know. I
like
still clean my butt every morning just in case, though.
oh, you know that used to be me.
You never know. Surprise anal
You never
happens.
know. You never know. Also, you know what's the trick to surprise anal is
What's that?
psyllium husk.
What is that?
Okay, it's I'm changing your life right now.
I'm like, I thought
It's
I
a
knew everything.
it's a supplement, and it's like technically it's a fiber, but it makes cleaning
Psyllium
out
husk.
really easy. And if you take it every
Really?
day, yeah, and it's a fiber, so it's like it's basically
Cool.
what's in Metamucil, but it comes in a little
Yeah.
capsule form, and
Cool.
that stuff is like
I thought I knew everything about
you're
this
ready to
stuff.
go
Learn something
whenever.
new every day.
um, what did you want to be when you were a kid?
I wanted to be a scientist. That was like before I knew like how like tedious and like not me that was.
Are you into science or did you just
No.
like the idea?
No, I just thought like the lab coat thing with the fucking beakers and the fucking
Yeah,
green liquids and all that was like kind of neat.
like the aesthetic is cool.
Yeah, I thought it was way cool till I actually like had science class and I was like, oh, this is like really boring and I hate it.
Yeah, no, I not a fan. I mean, I believe in science
I
and I'm
like
glad
it.
there are people who do it.
Yeah.
Not
Well, I
my
actually
thing.
like it. I just don't understand it. Like I'm interested in it, but I just don't get it a lot.
That
So it's like,
that sounds like the most dangerous kind of scientist.
I know, right? Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't go down that road probably, right?
Like, thank God for porn.
I know. Oh my goodness.
Um, what is the weirdest sex tip you've ever heard?
Weirdest sex tip.
Aside
Oh
from eating
man.
psyllium husk every day and
Well,
cleaning your
that I'm
ass
I'm
every
I'm
morning.
totally for that. I don't know. I thought like the Kegels thing is kind of a interesting, kind of
I think that
unusual kind of thing. Like I don't even know if it works or not. I can't really vouch for like vagina
I
people.
feel like, I mean, I kind of feel like it's like a scam.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but like,
Yeah.
first of all,
Oh
I
man.
only ever do my Kegels, like, I only ever remember to do Kegels when someone says the word Kegels.
And you're like, oh shit,
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta
like
get back in my
sucking in your
routine.
stomach. Yeah.
Yeah. My Pilates instructor has no idea that I'm TS, and she's always constantly talking about like vaginal muscles and shit. I'm just like, all right, like,
You're like,
yeah, I'm like, not trying to like hide anything, but I'm also like, just don't really care to like bring attention to anything. I'm like doing Pilates, you know what I mean? I'm trying to like open that door, you know?
I imagine, I mean, it's the same thing as when, like, when someone, like an Uber driver, someone is like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, are we really going to go down that road?
I'm like, I
Or
edit video.
is
I'm a video editor.
that your, like, go-to fake
That's my
job?
go-to. Yeah, I'm a video editor. I'm like, what do you do? I'm like, of course, kind of some niche, kind of like artsy stuff. You probably haven't heard of
Not a
it.
lie.
Not a lie. No, it's
Yeah.
true.
I always say I'm a housewife. I feel like
Oh, really?
no one ever has questions after you say you're a housewife because
Really?
it's
Yeah, they're
so
like, oh,
boring.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Like, ooh,
Anyway,
sorry.
you want me to
Sorry
turn
for
the music up
asking.
or all right?
Yeah. Um,
Well,
what is something about you that people would be shocked to know?
I don't know. I'm fairly boring,
No,
my
you're not.
routine. Well, my everyday, I mean, my day to day is like so like banal. I just kind of like I mill around. I like, fuck around with some video games or whatever, do some like OnlyFans, occasionally go shoot or shoot my own crap, It's people think I'm out like, at like, orgy parties and like, at like fetish
Yeah.
underground, this and that, and they think I'm like having like, swinging from the chandeliers by my
Yeah.
ankles, like, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm like, no, actually, I'm kind of a homebody. I like to stay home and like be cozy and shit. You
Do
know?
you find that you are more of a homebody and maybe more quote unquote boring since you've gotten into porn?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, oh my
Same.
goodness. Ever since I just start giving a shit about like my health and my body, I'm like, oh wait, I like don't want to go out and like fall asleep in the fucking snow or something like I've done before. So it's like,
Same.
I'm like, I got money and I'm like warm and in like silk sheets. I'm cool.
It's also, I think, like for me anyway, I don't know about you, but like for me, I think like I get a lot of that energy out in porn. So I don't really need to like
Yeah, totally.
be
I
so
was like a
crazy in
huge
real life
slut
anymore.
before porn.
Yeah.
And then I started doing it and I was like, all right, well, I did that like 12 times now. It was fun. You know,
Yeah, I
I
feel
like to
like,
have
and I
sex in missionary. Like, it's my favorite position. I'm not even lying.
it's I mean, it's the most common one for a reason,
It's
is what I think.
nice. I
It's
know.
nice. It's versatile too. Like you
It
can
is. There's,
be rough with
yeah.
it or you can be like romantic and
Legs
intimate.
above the arms, legs below the arms,
Yeah.
wrap around, whatever,
Yeah.
There's so much you can do with it.
It's I always think like missionary is so underrated, but it's also like the
It
most
is.
rated.
Yeah, low key, for
Low
sure.
key, yeah. Um, if you could wake up tomorrow morning next to anyone in the world, who would you choose?
Wow, who would I choose? Oh my goodness. I don't know. It depends like what we did the night before. Um,
Well, do you have like a celebrity crush or anything?
I like Keanu a lot. I like Ryan
Re
Gosling a lot.
Oh,
I like the dry version of Ryan Gosling. I don't really know
yes,
what it's like in his own life. I like the
yes.
Keanu version of Keanu though, so I think I'd like to wake up with Keanu. That'd be nice.
I think
Ask him
I, I
about the
think
Matrix
I,
and shit.
I think I fully understand your type just by those few
Yeah.
statements.
I don't know.
I think you
I like
like a really conventionally good-looking man, but with not a conventional personality.
yeah, I
Maybe
don't like
perhaps
arrogant dudes. I don't like
no, like maybe
dickheads
a
or
little
anything like
more
that.
awkward
Yeah,
rather than
yeah, guys come at me with that like, I'm a douche and like girls
yeah,
like this and I'm like
yeah.
mm, you're
Well,
just kind
also
of like mean.
you're in LA, and
Right.
LA guys
Sure.
are a certain
Definitely. Yeah. They'll want to tell you about the fucking production they're doing and this and that. And I like production, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I shoot like
yeah.
ridiculous, like absurd, like barnyard porn. And like, I want to hear about your thing that you're doing, but you're probably gonna think I'm insane. So it's like, I just like usually just spare them the details and just,
Especially like if you're shooting for Evil Angel, like that is some of like the craziest shit.
yeah, and I'm like really trying to like push boundaries for TS porn and shit. So,
Yeah.
my last movie was just absolutely absurd. There were like goats making noises in the background, like horses neighing, and
I think
it
that's
was,
great. Like
yeah.
I think it's time for like TS porn to like really push boundaries in that way because I think until now like
Yeah.
Evil Angel even like TS porn is like just by being TS porn it's already great for what it is, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
that's the main focus is just that it's a TS movie.
Right. And the thing is too is that, I was like, the first TS director for Evil Angel,
Mhm.
whatever, and like I didn't want that to just be like, oh wow, she's like doing it. Like, who cares what her movies are like? She's
Right,
that
right, right.
person. I was like, no, I actually want to like make good movies and like, bring something new to the table and not just like ride on the coattails of like whatever, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like I actually want to like, I take a lot of pride in my work and, I wanted to like I see a lot of like cis porn or whatever and like it's got this like really like chaotic energy that I feel like was missing in a lot of TS
Mhm.
porn. A lot of it was kind of like very like, oh, they're so precious and
Yeah,
that whole thing and I was kind of like I wanted to bring that like raw energy to the table a little
yeah.
bit, stuff I like to watch.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I definitely get what you're saying. It's yeah, I think we almost like maybe it's like the industry almost felt like, oh, we have to just like glamorize and idolize these TS girls and just like and nothing outside of that box.
Yeah, and they're all precious and like,
Yeah,
oppressed, and I'm
a
just like,
doll.
no,
Yeah.
you're gonna like fucking squirt fucking milk out of your ass, and I'm gonna hook you a fucking barn door by your. I probably can't say that on here. Just leave that at that.
Yeah, fill in the blanks. This is imaginary now.
Exactly. Go watch the movie.
Yeah, yeah, that was a great
Shameless
preview.
plug. Exactly.
Um, how do you cheer yourself up when you're down?
Um, I like to like call my mom, you know, maybe drink. I don't smoke weed anymore, so that's off the table for that whole thing. And I don't know. I
That's two
maybe
very like opposite ends of
I
that.
know, I know, I know, but
You
I don't know.
know,
I blame COVID, whatever.
that's a really good answer. Like I never thought of that. Like I've asked so many people this question and it's usually like, oh, exercise, whatever, or
Right.
whatever it is. But like you're so right. Like there are times when I'm like only talking to my mom could like
Yeah. She's my bestie pretty
yeah.
much. Maybe that sounds fucking sad, but she's cool, I swear.
It's also like there's also something about moms where like you can be the worst version of yourself. Like,
Yeah, I can
you know what I
like
mean?
tell her the absolute worst shit.
Yeah.
She's done 10 times worse than I have, so it's like totally acceptable.
And they
It's
like
like
have to love you.
I know, I'm like, yeah, I know I did that terrible thing, but look at what you did. Give me advice.
Yeah. And it
It
wasn't
runs in the
my
family.
fault.
This is your fault. I blame grandma.
What is if you could ask any question or have any mystery solved in the whole universe, what would you ask right now?
Hmm. Oh, so many. Oh my goodness. I want to
And
know about
I
like,
asking a
yeah,
true scientist here.
I know. Well, I want to know about like Area 51 and like aliens and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of a cliche one. There's a whole bunch I can think of too, but like I'm always like, what is going on there in the middle of the desert? Is
Do
it just
you
nothing? Like,
do
or is
you
it
think
something,
do you think aliens live among us?
I think I honestly, this sounds so silly. I just feel like we're in a simulation and some people are just like not on or something. Like I heard this thing recently that some people don't have an inner narration. I'm like, how do you think? Like
What?
in like pictures? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, they don't have an inner voice like narrating or anything. I'm just like, I can't. People are just driving around with no thoughts. I'm just like,
I think I know a few actually now that you mention.
yeah, I know. I'm thoroughly convinced now. I'm like, oh, that's why like I get cut off in traffic all the time or some shit. I
So
don't
if we're in a simulation, like those people are
know.
like the lemmings.
They're like the NPCs, the non-playable characters.
Yeah,
They don't have somebody at the computer,
like walking into a
doing stuff.
wall.
Yeah, glitching out or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. And if
I don't
we are a
know.
simulation, like, are we a game? Like, is someone playing us?
I don't know. I don't know, but I gotta say the person who's playing mine, I'm very thankful they finally stepped their game up in the last 2 years. They've just been just fucking off for like my whole life, basically, and finally they got the hang of the game.
Maybe what happened is they got COVID in their universe,
Hmm.
and so
And
now
they
they
just,
have
I'm on
all this
autopilot.
time. Well, now they have all this time to be playing at
Oh,
home.
yeah, like my movie.
Yeah.
They were like, I can edit an entire porn just sitting here.
They're like, I'm really gonna work on my character, on my Lena movie
Yeah,
character.
yeah, exactly. She needs to be respect. Get her some new clothes or something. I don't know. I like
Um,
didn't leave. I didn't see a person for like the entire first lockdown. Like, those crabs that are like in the sand and then like come out and eat and then go back in the sand? Like that was
yeah.
me getting my food basically delivery. I would like come out the door, like get my little food thing, slither way back in there.
I'll never forget this interview that Latoya Jackson gave where like she was, when she was like agoraphobic and like in this abusive relationship and she said she didn't see anyone, another human being for years. And it was the same
Whoa.
thing with a delivery person. It was like she would order
Yeah.
food and like they would leave it outside her door and she would open it and like stick her hand out, get the food and close the door. Like,
Yeah. Well, one other good thing about COVID is that I finally have the option to just be like, yeah, leave it at the door and like get off my property.
yes.
I don't have to like go outside and like wave them down or anything. I'm like,
I know. Can you like believe that we used to have to like talk to someone on the phone to order food?
oh, I know. And in New York
Ugh.
City too, we could buzz them in. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, there are things like obviously COVID's horrible and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh,
But
I'm so over this shit. Of
there
course,
are
yeah.
silver linings like that. Like I
Yeah,
I'm
you know.
quite into like the mask thing. Like
I like being hidden from
yes,
people.
I'm
Like, I
enjoying it.
like being incognito all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
and only doing makeup from here up. I'm okay
yeah,
with that.
sunglasses, hat,
Yeah.
mask. I'm like, I might as well be wearing like a burqa or
Yeah.
something. I'm like completely like shielded from
I
anything.
think I'll continue this trend personally.
Yeah,
Um,
right?
yeah. I'm just being really careful, guys. Meanwhile, I just
Yeah,
like don't want to do my makeup.
right.
Okay. The final question. What is
Okay.
one sex tip that you've learned as a sex worker, porn star, woman, adult, person having sex that you would like to pass on to the next generation?
I'll give you one of my personal secrets. I was gonna sell this information for millions of dollars. When you're cleaning your you know what out for you know what, bring a dildo and do a little test run before you go out, you know, and do the real
That's
thing.
that is a great answer. And speaking from personal experience, yes.
Yeah, that's a missing piece I
It's the
never like
missing
knew for a long time, and I was like, why am I not like testing it before I'm
it's
like,
the
you know,
final it's the final step.
yeah, and it's like I don't want to just go out like hoping, you know,
Yeah.
it seems good, whatever, you know, I'm like, no, I'm gonna like really get in there and find out things. I'm
Yeah. Do you have
gonna
like a
investigate.
preferred kind of dildo for that?
I like basically something that's fairly skinny because you know I'm like
Yeah.
hovering over the toilet before I've even
Yeah.
like done anything, and I like something that's kind of squishy and about like 6 inches, you know, kind of like just hits the back kind of wall, kind of like you know opens that
Yeah.
second you know
Yeah.
door inside
Yeah.
there, you
The
know, kind of
second
like
window.
yeah, you know, just kind of like you know you do like your squirt squirt and then something gets caught up behind there and you open
Yeah.
it and pull it out and you get it all out and
Yeah.
once I figured that out, I was like, you know, I haven't crapped on a dick in years.
I love that. That's so good. I will say most people say like they're like, oh, communication is key, or like really
Oh,
like get
that's
comfortable with
cool
your
too.
body. That's great too. But I love that you're like,
Yeah,
yeah, like when you're cleaning your ass, use a dildo.
yeah. You know, then you want to communicate to them how sorry you are that you know, fucking did that thing that everyone's worst nightmare is,
It
you
is.
know.
It's where all anal anxiety comes from.
Yeah, and,
It's the part that sucks about anal. Like
yeah,
I really don't think if that anxiety weren't there, I don't even think anal would hurt that much. Like in
it's
the first
like,
few times.
yeah. I know, but the worst thing for me is like, besides even that, you know, it's like being on set and have to apologize to everybody there, like, sorry, I'm holding everybody up for like fucking 45 minutes because I like literally don't have my shit together.
Literally.
You
Literally my
know?
shit is everywhere.
Yeah. I've already gotten over the embarrassment of it all. I'm kind of just more like, ah, man, I'm holding everybody up now.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's true. It's true. Um, so speaking of anal, Lena, where can we see more of you? I heard you mentioned you have an OnlyFans.
I do, and I do a lot of shit, not little shit on there, stuff on there. It's onlyfans.com/Lena Moon XO. And of course, be sure to go look at my movies on Evil Angel. I'm gearing up to do another one soon.
What is the
And
latest one called?
the latest one's called Tranimals. It's up for a bunch of AVNs, which is like fucking awesome because I work super hard on it. It's even in like some cis porn categories. Like I'm really, really stoked on it. And yeah, it's totally bent, and like you're either gonna find it absolutely horrifying or you're gonna love it.
Do you think is the goal for the nominations all to just be like in one category?
What do you
Like
mean?
okay, and I ask a lot of marginalized groups this, including Asian groups.
Yeah, sure.
But okay, I'll use the Asian example. Like for Asian porn, it's on one hand, it's very helpful that we have categories like best Asian themed movie
Sure.
because a
Yeah.
lot of times there won't be eyes on those movies without those categories, right? But
Yeah, of
obviously, like for
course.
me, like the grand dream would be one day for just like in regular porn or regular
Yeah, sure.
categories for there to be like three Asian titles in there, no big deal.
Right.
Like,
Well,
do
I
you
like
feel is
that.
that the
I like feel that totally. The thing that I really get a kick out of it though is like I feel like I'm taking like the TS porn to like a level that's like at the level that I originally like desired because I told you I wanted to like bring that kind of thing that I've been seeing not in TS
chaotic
porn. And
energy?
it's not that I'm like, feel like so like I need to like, be breaking barriers or anything. That's nice too. But the main thing is like, I just think it's cool to be up there with like directors and performers who are like, doing the thing, getting the AVN nominations, and it's cool to be like just kind of at that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like just it just feels it's like an honor kind of too. You know what I
it
mean? Like I
really
could take
is.
something that's not that maybe more niche, maybe a little more taboo and kind of like elevate it a little bit. You know what I mean?
For sure,
It's kind
for
of cool,
sure.
you know?
It is really cool. And like I think a lot of people on the outside of porn maybe don't understand like, oh, it's just like a dick sucking award or whatever, right? But it's like
Right. It's
imagine
not a
when you
job, you're just
dedicate
fucking for money.
right. But like when you dedicate your life to something, it feels really good to be appreciated for it and
Oh, I
recognized
know. It's
for it.
great. It's
Like,
fantastic.
yeah.
And I literally lost my fucking mind editing this movie. Like, I was on the brink of insanity. Like, I was working unreal hours, tearing my hair out. Like, it was just an
You were the
absolute.
shining.
It was, yes, it was just an absolute schlep. And it feels so good to have it out there, getting a little bit of attention and this and that. And,
Yeah.
a lot of people really like it. A lot of people are just confused.
And like, do you kind of secretly like that a little bit?
Well, I expect it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like really bent. It's like a really like kind of fucked up movie. And not wasn't barely even intentional. Like there's
Yeah.
so much stuff happened totally by accident that just like made this crazy, crazy movie. I don't know. It's like it's kind of like bizarre. Like and the location even I was supposed to shoot like a nice house and it fell through. I ended up accidentally booking a fucking barn with like
That was an
animals.
accident?
Yeah, total accident. I had this whole other vision for the movie. It was gonna be more like, fancy safari, rich guy, whatever. And I was like, the location bailed last minute, and I booked this place. It wasn't have any reference to a farm. It's called Mark's Trailer Yard. So I was like, trailer, whatever. It's cool. I get there. There's like horses and goats and fucking like chickens. They're all making noises the whole time. And like we had these feed bags. We were fucking on these feed bags, and like it was insane, absolutely
But
insane. But it worked
I
so well for the movie.
I find that often like when nothing goes according to plan is when like magic happens.
Yeah, that's exactly what this movie is. It was just so
Yeah.
much, what do you call it? Like serendipity, or is
Yeah.
that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah, just so much random shit happened from like canceled bookings, like location stuff happening, and I mean, there was just chaos basically the entire time, and it ended up working out like
And as the
way in
director,
its
you're
favor,
in
kind of.
charge of everything. Like I've directed my boys in
Yeah.
movies, like not a lot at all, and
Oh,
like I
man.
hated the
It's so
responsibility
many
is so much.
jobs. I know. You have to think about so fucking much at once. It's insane.
Yeah. It's it's
Absolutely
like you
insane.
don't sleep, like you said. Like it's a
No, I know.
24/7 job.
And it's like I
Yeah.
had to do it too because I wasn't gonna spend, I spent like almost 20 grand on it. I
Yeah.
wasn't just gonna throw it out. It's kind of fucked up. I'll just reshoot it. A lot of people are telling me that too. I was like, what do I do with this thing? And they're like, just scrap it and do it again. I was
But
like,
you know what I think? I think every performer should have the chance to direct, and I think it would make all of us way more
definitely.
respectful of time and money. Like
Yeah.
you notice that like, oh, if I show up 30 minutes late, this could cost the whole production like an extra few
Yep.
grand.
I
Just,
know. Especially with another
you
scene
know?
coming up after. And also I think it's really great for directors to have performed because I have a
True.
really, really, really good insight about a lot of shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
it gets really nice to have like, you know, perspective and
Totally.
experience on the other side of that, you know?
That's so, 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 so true. Like even down to like something really small, like they'll notice when you're cold, you know, like because
Yeah.
they know
Oh
what
my
it's like
God.
to be a performer on a
Yeah.
set. Yeah,
Totally.
that's really
Absolutely.
true.
You know, and it's like I can like rub their back and be like, it's gonna be okay. I'm sorry you
Yeah.
feel this way. I had some pretty crazy stuff happen on set that was like, you know, nobody's fault basically. Just kind of like, you know, shit happens or whatever, and I
Yeah.
had to like do a lot of like what do you call it? Like a therapy,
Yeah.
talk therapy, and like, you know, a little playing psychologist a little bit, you know.
Yeah. You
But
are
it all
every
worked out really
role as
good.
the director, for
You
sure.
are, I know, and you have to make everyone feel really good. And it's not like I feel forced to. It's like I feel want to feel good. I feel good making people feel good,
You sound like
you
a really
know.
good director. Like you sound like someone that
Well,
would
I
be
do what I
really nice to
can.
shoot for. Yeah.
You know, I try to be a little upfront about, you know, what the scene's gonna be. I
Yeah.
say 5 times, you know, it's gonna be really, really hardcore. If you don't like something, just say it. If something hurts, just say it, you know. I
Yeah.
don't have like a paint by numbers thing going by. We can do something else, you know. It's like I
Yeah.
try to be like fair, you know. I don't want people thinking like they were forced to do anything they didn't want to do, you know. It's like,
No, that's yeah, it's horrible. Like it's
yeah,
it's your body. I think, when it comes
yeah,
to sex work, it's like it's really sad when I see people doing things they don't want to do.
I know, you know. So
Yeah.
I make it very clear, you know, like
Yeah.
you let me know what's on your mind. It's cool. It's my
Yeah.
movie, you know. I'm not beholden to anybody for the most part. So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
if you want to just suck dick for the whole scene, that's fine. That's all I watched my whole life is blowjob porn. So, you know,
Is that
let's
when you
go.
watch, are you like, is that your go-to?
Yeah, it's my favorite. Always has been, always will be. Like,
Like POV blowjob or like
anything.
or anything, dick and mouth,
Anything. Yeah.
anything.
It doesn't matter. Gay, straight, trans,
Right.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
I just love it. It's my
Yeah.
absolute go-to.
I
Always
think
has been.
yeah, blowjob I find hotter than sex porn
Something
personally,
erotic about it.
but
Yeah.
my number one is jerk off porn. Like
I like that too. I have a hand
I
fetish,
can't get
so
enough of
I'm
it.
on that team for sure.
Hand fetish.
Yeah, I know, weird, bizarro.
Do you also have a foot fetish?
No, I don't have a foot fetish at all.
Hands only.
I have this like really, I'm into like really random shit, honestly. I'm like
What
in
are
like
what's like the perfect hands?
I like really, really okay, so I like it on the most far ends of the spectrum basically. Like I like
Okay.
really, really manly hands on a man and I like really, really nice feminine hands with a nice manicure on a girl basically. It makes all the difference for
Interesting.
me.
And like what's like the best nail color?
I like red right now, but you know, it depends on like your skin color, you know, like
Okay.
this looks really good on me. I feel like, you know, certain colors work better for like certain shades of like whiter and darker and you know, it's like, you know, sometimes like you can rock like some really fancy like, you know, bedazzled
Yeah.
nails and some girls just look better with like, you know, really basic little ones. I don't know.
Yeah.
To
So
me
when
it's like all
someone
over the
shows up to
place.
your set is like a requirement, like manicured hands.
No, no. You know, in TS though, like there's always so much pressure be on every little, you know, feminine thing you can,
Uh-huh,
you know,
uh-huh,
like
uh-huh.
it's like 'cause all the other girls are looking at you kind of, you know, like so it's like I don't care. You know, I've had girls show up to my set like, you know, short, unpolished
Yeah.
nails. That's cool, you know, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just
Um
a bonus
if
if
that's
it's like
that's their look, you know, my philosophy is kind of like I want them to be competent.
yeah.
I let them roll, kind of do what they want, you know, let the camera
I've never heard
roll, you
that.
know.
That's really, really interesting.
You know, I
Hand
whisper things
fetish.
sometimes too, like, pick up. Oh, yeah, I know, it's weird. It's weird.
You think you hear it all. But that I
Yeah.
actually haven't heard of a hand fetish.
Yeah,
Um,
I know. It's kind of bizarre.
all right. Well,
I'm
I've kept
ashamed.
you for long enough, but
It's
thank you so
cool.
much for joining us. So
Thank you
everyone
for
look out
having
for
me.
Cannibal from Evil
Yes,
Angel.
Evil Angel.
And
And I
your
got a new one coming
OnlyFans.
out.
And
OnlyFans.com/LenaMoonXO.
awesome. And your Instagram is just at Lena Moon XO.
Yeah, all my social media is at LenaMoonXO.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving us
Thank
your
you for
time
having
today.
me. This was a lot of fun.
I hope to see you in real life someday.
Yeah, for sure.
All
Let's make it happen
right.
sometime.
Bye.
All right, bye. See you guys.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. That was Lena Moon. You can check her Instagram out at Lena Moon XO. Like she said, her newest movie Tranimals is out from Evil Angel. And you can check out her OnlyFans and her Pornhub page, etc., etc. Thank you so much for joining me. This Sunday, I'll be back for Just the Tip, answering all of your sex questions with Sophia Rose. So I will see you then. And in the meantime, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. See you soon. Bye.